Guys, no, I know, right? That's the first thing I was gonna say, guys. There's no gosh darn April Fools here, and I mean, you guys know, I would be the first person to beg for an April Fool's mulligan on this trade, but you guys are in for a treat. Well, not really. It's sad, but it's almost so sad that I have to really kind of laugh about this trade because, well, this will probably be a longer recap. I'll probably drone on for a bit and complain. I'll probably, I'm gonna talk a lot, but this is an interesting trade, and I actually have the live clip of where it all went wrong, and I'll show it to you right here. So guys, buckle in. I will say, as usual, we will go chronologically, and I will say it. I'm down $4,153 today. Okay, where do I begin? I want to go over the trades, of course, but I want to say first that I've noticed that it seems like my pattern is that I have many more green days than I have red days. This is just observing, trying to be introspective. Trading is all about being introspective. But look, I feel like I have a lot more green days than red days, and that's good. But there's no question. It is beyond any reasonable doubt that right now my trading, I am demonstrating that my losses per loss are far, far, far greater than my winners per win. And it bears out in the stats. It's clear as day. I want to be as transparent as possible. And that's a big problem. And I want to change that. And I'm not a perfect trader. And days like this, in fact, make me feel like really I'm a terrible trader. There are reasons for this trade. And again, we're going to go over it here in a second. But yeah, I did want to, because you guys have probably noticed this as well. I have many, many more days where I'm winning than losing. But on the days where I am losing, my losses are oftentimes enormous. So, okay, this is a pattern. It is happening. There are reasons why it's happening. So I've done a lot of thinking today about why that is happening and what I can do to stop it. So one thing I'm going to do now, and this is something that I've touched on before, but and I encourage you guys to do this too. Everyone needs, okay, if you're day trading, you need this. And today I don't have it. Up until this point, I didn't have it. A rule, okay? You need a new rule. I need a new rule. I'm doing it. I'm taking the pledge, okay? I will not be down more than $2,000. If I'm down more than $2,000 in a trade, I'm cutting it loose, no matter what it looks like. And I know that saying the rule, that's going to be my personal threshold. If I'm down more than 2,000 in a trade, I am cutting it loose. No exceptions. And for you, it might be different. It might be 500. It might be 5,000. It might be whatever it is. You need a rule where you're just done and you walk away, okay? Because, it can't go on. So anyway, let's go into the trade without further ado. I'm gonna go chronologically. So AMC was actually my first trade, and it was a nice trade. I made $300 on this one before I screwed everything up. And guys, every single day, the thinkorswim platform has been good to me on this show trades function, but right now it's this show trades is not working. But I can tell you what I did. Hopefully it loads in for us. It was working earlier today. I don't know. Thinkorswim sucks. Today is a day where I'm just gonna start bad mouthing everything. Okay, guys. So my first trade was here, and I went for 2,000 shares, which I'm pretty comfortable taking, and I had a really tight stop. These are like the perfect trades that I love to take because the support is there. It's clear. The stop is super clear, and it's right there, so you know where to cut it. And it's right here below 956 would be the stop, which is the low of this candle, and I got long 960 right here on this candle for 2,000 shares, and carried it up here to VWAP and took out at the high of this candle actually is 984. That was my last out on my last 1,000 shares. The other 1,000 I took out on the way in here somewhere. Anyway, $320 trade. That was my first trade of the day, looking good. Nice trade there in front of this support. Nice bounce into VWAP. It carried on higher, but that's fine. $320. I was prepared and ready and felt fine to walk away with $320. If you guys saw my recap yesterday, I made about $360 on trading Tesla, and that was like my only trade on the day, and I was done. Okay, now let's go to the good stuff, guys. Check this out. All right, you guys know I don't like trading small caps, and this is why. So where do you think I got burned on this? Any guesses? Anyone have a guess on where I got burned? Actually, this was really a mistake of my own making, and let me pull up the clip here for you guys. Okay, so check this out. All right. So, all right. So because my trades aren't showing up, I'll try to explain this the best that I can. I was long 500 shares. I saw this stair stepping up. I hadn't traded it up through here. I hadn't traded it at all. I got long. I believe right in here I actually got long 500 shares. It came crashing down. I was actually down on this trade as it came down through here, about 120, 150 bucks or something in here. I was down. It broke to a new low, but got bought right back up, flagged out, and then it had this bullish setup, and it exploded here. And then 2-minute pullback, and now it's coming up. So I was in at 771 back here, and now I've held and been patient on this, and it's looking like it's curling back up. So this setup looks good. It looks good right now, and it continues to move higher. I'm now green on this trade, which is the sucky part. I was actually green on this. You can see I put my order size to 100 shares. I'm ready to like kind of take some out incrementally, but I'm not taking profit because look, it's making a new high above this high right here. It looks good. It looks, I mean, this is a small cap stock. It's got this nice bottom right here. This thing looks good. I'm like, I like being in this trade now. You know, I'm not going to cut this because, yeah, the setup was bad here and I was down on the trade, but now all of a sudden the setup is good and I go based off the setup, the pattern. Is the pattern good? Should I be in the trade? Yeah, I should be in this trade. This looks good. Okay, let's continue on. So this candle finishes. All right, guys, watch this candle. Watch how fast this happens, okay? Because it's quick. So I'm up on this trade right now, about 10 bucks. This looks fine. Looks good, right? Wait for it. It happens fast, man. This thing drops like a hammer. Right there. Very quickly, I'm down 300, right? You guys are probably like, okay, down 300, not the end of the world. I mean, right here, I'm still up on the day, 15 bucks or so, because I had that $300 trade on AMC. Okay, let's continue. Still dropping, still dropping. So now I'm down 400. Pops back up, down 300 there. It flashed. I was down 300. Now chopping around, zooming out to get the bigger picture on this. And this thing. Now, what should I have been doing here? What should I have been doing? Well, I can tell you my thinking on this right here was I'm going to wait. I don't know what's going on. This looks like a rejection of VWAP. It looks like news is out, but I don't know. But in my panic, in my state of panic, I'm not actually checking if there's news. And with thinkorswim, I kind of just assume that I'm going to be late to the game when it comes to news. I didn't actually have my live news feed up on this. I don't usually trade small caps where like this sudden news really matters. That's my mistake. I should have been more paying attention to that. And I wasn't. And you can see this headline just popped up right here. Future FinTech Group announces, and the rest of that news is that they have a direct offering. They're selling more shares at below market. Basically below market. It's at 70.73. It was at 7.73 right here. They sold like 5 million shares, or they're selling a bunch of shares at 6.10. So that is, so basically just to put that in perspective for you guys, if the company thinks it's a good deal to sell shares at a price way lower than where it's at right now, yeah, yeah, that's not a great sign. So it makes sense that it's selling off. Look what I do right here, guys. Look what I do right there. Watch that. I'm like, should I do it? Bam, I'm in. I just bought 500 more shares right there. So now I'm in for 1,000. So I just added to my position. First red flag. It's halted going down. Look at that. So my thinking on this was basically that it looks really extended to the downside. And as of yet, I didn't see the news on it. I didn't know that there was a direct offering. But even if you don't know that, you can kind of assume that there's definitely at least some bad news on this thing based off this drop, okay? Because this is more than just a rejection of VWAP. Clearly, there's something going on here. So I should have been more dialed into the fact that something's going on, there's bad news on this thing. This is not a time to average in. But my thinking on it was, it's so extended to the downside, if this opens a little bit lower or flat or higher, I think all of those three scenarios result in at least a pop back up. And now I've lowered my cost basis to 725. So if we can get there, and shortly after you'll see I set an order for 1,000 shares to sell at break even 725 right there. But look at that. That's pretty. To get a pop back to that level, that would be pretty ambitious. But it's still early, right? This news just came out, and I didn't see the news. So that was my mistake. I didn't know. You can discern from the fact that it's dropping like this that there's bad news on it, but the news could be anything. And I mean, how many times I've seen this a lot, these big crazy sell-offs on stocks like this, and usually there's a bounce. Somewhere there's going to be a bounce. So that's my thinking is, 99 times out of 100 there's going to be at least something of a bounce. Okay, so let's you guys have seen the video now, so let's go back to what ended up happening. Well, there's no bounce. There is no bounce. And so shortly after, I don't know when exactly, but at some point where was the headline? Right here. So this was the original headline, 1106. So Future FinTech Group announces $35 million registered direct offering priced at the market. But look, today announced that it has entered into a definitive agreement with institutional investors for the purchase of its common stock at price of $6.10 per share. Yikes. It was just trading at $7.76. Now the company thinks it's a good idea to sell $1.50 below that price. So anyway, let's get back to the trade. And I wish my trades would show up. This is really irritating because you can see it would just make it so much easier. But sometimes I can kind of jimmy it into showing the trades, but right now it's just not working. Come on. Come on. Okay, whatever. We'll have to go without. Let me read some of these comments. You're not a bad trader. This is just super unlucky. Yeah, I mean, look, here's the deal. I'm not done with this story yet. It gets worse, okay? So the part where I'm a bad trader hasn't really come to fruition yet. Yes, this is a drop. No one, if they're going to announce direct offering, right? They're selling more shares. No one can predict that, all right? And there's going to be a huge sell-off. This is going to happen. You're going to lose on that trade. It sucks, right? But the part that makes me think I'm a bad trader, and I don't think I'm a bad trader, but it's just days like these where it's like, oh, your mood just is like, oh man, I suck at trading. And I should have been paying attention to the news. When you see a sell-off like that, you should be looking for news. And the fact that I wasn't is frankly embarrassing. I think I just felt confident that we'd get a bounce on this. Because no matter what the news is, when a stock moves that quickly in one direction, there's very often you get that slingshot in the other direction. And it may resolve lower, but usually it's a push and pull. But the headline of this stock today is this stock died. It's dead. It's dead. This thing is totally dead. So anyway, was that my origin client? Whatever. Okay, so All right, so here's what I did, and because my trades aren't showing up, this is going to be difficult for me. But okay, so you guys saw I'm long 1,000 shares into this halt going down. I added shares to lower my cost basis to 725. It resumes lower, but I sense that there might be some strength, although look at the volume on this candle is really low. So there's that. It resumes lower. Candle closes green, like this is pretty bullish looking candle, but again, that volume is a surefire indicator that people are not committed to this move. So anyway, next candle pops up for just a second and then right back down, getting crushed, and this candle, bam, 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 and just look at that grind lower. Oh man, that's just, it's a bounce killer. There's no bounce happening, and the volume comes in on this selling. Then at some point, I saw the headline. At some point, I saw this headline, and I was like, "Oh, why did I not see this earlier? Shit, this is bad news. This is really bad." Because they're selling shares at they're selling at $6.10. Well, the stock's at $6.30. It's still above where they're selling more shares. And again, you have to factor in the fact that if the company thinks it's a good deal for them to sell shares at $6.10, then it's probably going to head lower. And that was the sad reality of the situation. But by that time, the damage had already been done. I'd already made the mistake. I averaged in again another 1,000 shares I bought. So let's go to my monitor tab and look at my orders here, guys. Let's take a peek at this. Okay, so you guys saw, ignore the AMC trade was first. So you guys saw my original long here, 500 shares. Then I added in the halt going down right here, another 500. Then again, I bought another 1,000 shares at 663 at 11.12. That's right here on this candle. I bought another 1,000 shares on that dip. I don't know what I'm thinking. I think I know what I'm thinking. I'm looking for the pop back up. Dude, really? Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I added 1,000 shares there. Then at 6:43, look at this, guys. A minute later, I added another 2,000 shares. At 6:43, right here, kind of toward the low of this candle, I added another 2,000 shares. So if you guys do the math, I'm long 4,000 shares at a cost basis. My cost basis was, I believe it was 671. 671, I think, was my cost basis on 4,000 shares. So very quickly, very, very quickly, I was down 1,500, then coming down here and down 2,000, down 2,500. And now we can start to talk about the rest of the day. And how this trade, again, it makes sense, right? Because it's a direct offering. They're selling more shares. This is just bad news. It's a small cap stock that was probably going to fade anyways. So now it's bag hold mode. And I keep telling myself that, like, it looks like it might curl. And all I'm waiting for to get out of my shares is any sort of bounce. Literally any sort of bounce. And what I mean by bounce is I want a high to be put in. I just want one high to be put in above the previous high. We never got that until basically the end of the day. So most of the damage, right? You guys saw in that halt going down with 500 shares, I was down into the halt. I was down, you guys saw $460 or something. Like, dude, that is, like, why not just cut the position, dude? So Mistake number 1, don't cut the position. Mistake number 2, I mean, actually, I shouldn't even be counting them because I don't have enough fingers for that. So I made a bunch of mistakes today. Averaging in 4,000 shares, guys. I took 4,000 shares waiting for the bounce. We got no bounce. And by the time I was in 4,000 shares, or after I was in 4,000 shares, and then I realized that there was a public offering and I was basically screwed. And I was like, well, this whole time I was holding it like, well, I'm screwed. All I want is just a bounce so I can take my shares off not at the current low of the day, because it's basically spending all day at like lows of the day. Lows, coming down. If I had taken out all my 4,000 shares like here at 605 or 606, or this was the best bounce we got all day really until right at the close, but 587 to 604. I mean, this stock was killed, murdered, massacred. And of course, to have this bad a day, for me to have this bad a day, it took me to make every single mistake possible. I didn't see the news. I didn't cut the position. I added to the position multiple times. I actually added, by the end of my averaging in, I had 8 times the capital or the leverage in the trade than I had when I first took the trade. So I averaged down multiple times and did so all in here very early on, then held 4,000 shares and just waiting for any sort of bounce, and continued to not cut the position because I was waiting for any sort of bounce. We got some sort of move right here, which I didn't take anything out here, kept holding all the way through. And I ended up cutting the position right in here in the first couple minutes of the close. We did get this bounce from 531 to 560 into the close, which saved me I think over $1,000. Down here at this low, at my worst point on this trade, I was down I think over 5,500. So I think that was a spot. 5,500, something like that. It was bad, really bad. And then recovering into the close, and now 4,400. So guys, this is my biggest losing day ever by just about $100. I've lost $4,000 before. And guys, let's take a look at that through my trading platform. Look at it, TraderView right here. Guys, I've been down from all-time highs in my day trading. I've gone down 4,800. I've been down more than I'm at right now. It just took me a few days to get there. I lost $4,000 in one day, November 10th. That was my previous. Before this, that was my worst day ever. $4,040. A couple days later, I lost like another 1,000 after a couple days of small gains. $4,830 drawdown. And I made that back. It took me about a month. So with any luck, a month from now. So look, and then I had it again. I was down even more, 4,883 here in February, and I recovered that very quickly. So February 1st to, well, not very quickly. It took a month. It actually took a month. So I've been down more. So I guess that's a plus. I've been down more, and if history repeats itself, I should be back to all-time highs in a month. So that doesn't feel good, and I want to be able to do it quicker, but yeah, I mean, losses like this suck, and so I need to get at the underlying problem, and the underlying problem is I didn't have a rule in place of like, when I hit this amount, then I'm down, I'm just out, I'm just done. Right? That's what you have to, that's a rule that's very essential to have. So now I'm going to go on record with you guys right here, because I'm live and I'm doing this video, and if I commit to it, I'll do it. I want to, if I'm down $2,000 in a trade, if I surpass that point and I go down more than $2,000 in a trade, cut the trade and you're done trading. And that is it. That's all. That's no excuses, right? So, luckily, I cut my position. I cut basically everything here. You can see my outs were, I had several. So, but most of my shares, I would think about over 3,200, I closed at 557, and then about 1,000 at 553, and then a little bit at 552. And that was all right in here. So my outs were actually good, and it's very possible that tomorrow it bounces, or the problem is it's possible, or not tomorrow. Tomorrow's the market is closed, but on Monday, it's possible that it bounces, or it's possible that it continues lower. But and I have to say, guys, I did think about holding this into Monday, but no. Those are just the kind of thoughts that creep into your mind. There was a scenario which I would do that if it never saw any sort of bounce. Luckily, we got something of a bounce here into the close, which saved me again probably over $1,000. Why not open a stop loss at minus 2K instead of trying to catch it? I'm not really sure what you mean by that. You have to be disciplined with not bag holding. Yeah, I mean, so if you're bag holding in a position, though, this was not one where, I don't know, it's hard. I mean, hindsight is 20/20, because I feel like this could have easily had more of a squeeze into the afternoon. This could have curled back up a little bit. I mean, it's really hard to say, It's really hard to say. I think the direct offering was the biggest clue that this thing was going to just be dead on the day. And it became pretty obvious pretty quickly that this was just going to be a pretty just dead trade. And so, yeah, I wish I had stopped out, at 590 or, $6, yeah, for sure. I made a lot of mistakes today. No question. No question about it. I mean, look at this. This is probably the worst stock to have been holding all day today. Like, if not, like, probably the worst. So, yeah, bro, Connor, just chill, man. So anyway, guys, I'll be back next week. And, yeah, this is real time. Well, we're live. I mean, there's probably a bit of some delay, but not too much. Yeah, the problem is there is no major support here. I mean, there was this 50 moving average, but I thought we might break through that, and I was looking for on the daily chart for this to actually close above that. So I was looking for that bounce back up through. But it's so tough, because clearly with this news, it just killed it. It just killed it. And what's so sad is that if they hadn't done this direct, I mean, this might have had a run to, if imagine this news didn't come out, it could have been green on the day. It could have squeezed to $10-11, So it's really just the compounding factors of I was in the trade and suddenly went from green on the trade to red on the trade, like $400. And just because I was stubborn and didn't think it was possible, I was like, I thought like, oh, I don't want to make this a big blow up trade. I don't want to make a big mistake here, but I am going to average into this position. And then before I knew it, I was long 4,000 shares. It was almost like I was just like, I don't even know what got a hold of me. I don't even remember making that decision. It was stupid. The stop should have been where the flush happened around 725. Yeah, I mean, look, it's easy to say that, but you saw the video, dude. Like, this flush happened so quickly. I did not have a hard stop on it. And when this flush happened, I was waiting for it to kind of chop out. When you get a big drop like this, anytime you get a big drop like this, I'm never going to be an advocate of just, selling at the bottom. I want to see how it shakes out, and I do want to wait for a bounce. This is very rare. I mean, it takes a direct offering. It takes terrible news to kill a stock like this. Even if a stock has a bad day, usually there are going to be some bounces in there. But this was just simply dead. And I'm telling you, yes, I lost a lot of money today, but I had to do everything wrong. Really, I had to do everything wrong to lose that much. So yeah, I mean, I agree that there probably should have been, yes, there should have been a stop on this. Below low of the day would have been good, but dude, can you blame me for not having a hard stop at low of the day when it looks like it's gonna squeeze to $8? I mean, this is like crazy. So yeah, I mean, I definitely made a lot of mistakes on this. I had opportunities to cut the position, which I should have done. And I think my biggest error was not seeing the news early enough, and yeah, I mean, I should have just cut my position before we even were in this halt going down, you know. So hard stop always if you're holding for a bigger move. I don't know. I'm not sure I agree with that. I mean, I agree. Limit the time you're in trades with small caps. Yeah, I mean, why? For me, it's all about the pattern. I don't really care about how long I'm in a trade. I mean, I agree. It sucks that I was in the trade all day and it was just agonizing for that reason. Yeah, it was terrible. But yeah, I mean, I don't think time is a great factor to base entry and exit points based off of. Like, oh, I've been in the trade for over 2 hours, got to cut the position. I'm not sure I understand. They flush randomly like this. This wasn't a random flush, dude. This was not a random flush. This flush makes perfect sense. This thing had news on it. This thing got killed. Look at this news, man. They announced $35 million. They're selling at $6.10 per share. It was trading at $7.76, man. This thing got murdered. This thing was shot in the throat. Butchered on the spot. This was not like it got tired and just it flushed. No, dude, this thing was crapped on. The company killed it. Yes, it happened out of nowhere. I agree with that. It's very sudden, of course. But whenever you get a sudden flush like that, you want to wait for it. I have a really good example, actually, and I wonder if I can pull up the day. It might take me a second, but I was telling someone about this a couple days ago. I traded. I had another big loss on a stock a while ago. I lost about $1,000 trading this stock, AMRN. It had great news on it that suddenly came out. It spiked like $20-$30, like literally instantly. I was in the stock, and then within like 1 or 2 minutes, wham, right back down, and then below where it was when the news came out. And it was like pretty much like, I didn't really see how it could be bad news at all. It was like, trial comes out, they cured cancer, and then the stock like went like, and then right back down, and then it closed the day lower than where it was when the news came out. So basically the point of saying that is that even if it's clear that there's bad news on it, anytime you get a flush like this or a big move, lots of volume coming in, this thing's moving like crazy, I'm not sure that just cutting the position, especially on thinkorswim when you can't be that quick or agile, I'm not sure that cutting your position at the low of a big red candle when clearly something's going on, I'm just not sure that that is a great strategy, because like in that case of I think it was, I'm trying to remember what stock it was, like AMGN or some biopharmaceutical stock. But anyway, the point is that the initial reaction, it needs time to chop around and make a decision, and it's not always going to be that this happens. In fact, this is extremely rare, and it takes a direct offering for this to happen. If this had been bad news but not a direct offering, I almost guarantee it might have had the price action would have been completely different, and I don't think it would be down 11% today. Honestly, I don't. I think it took the fact that it was a direct offering, really. So Yeah, no, totally. A ton of people lost money on this. There's no doubt about that. But again, yeah, no, I'm just super disappointed about how I traded this and adding to the position. Huge mistake. And yeah, so this sucks. But, you know, there are some silver linings. I mean, it is a learning experience. I'm going to put myself to sleep with this, like, you know, there are all I want to think about is the fact that I'm down 4,100 on the day. Thank God for this trade on AMC, by the way. Holy fuck, man. Excuse my language. I want to make it a thing to not swear on this channel. I don't understand how someone can lose this much. Did your stop not get filled or something? Dude, if you're trying to slap me in the face, job well done, dude. I don't understand it either, dude. Like, I wish my trades were showing up. It'd be a lot easier for me to show you. But if it's... Danny, I think maybe you just got here. We've been streaming for 35 minutes, and I've explained most aspects of this trade. I mean, I could go on forever, but I mean, really, the one-sentence summary is there was bad news on it. It flushed instantly. I didn't see the news. I suspected there might have been bad news on it because it had this crazy flush, but I didn't want to sell because I didn't know what the news was, and I thought we might get a bounce. So what did I do? I actually added to the position, and I added multiple times. I leveraged up, and then as it became clear that this stock was going to be pretty much dead in the water, I said, okay, I'm going to cut my position, but I want to get a bounce first. Because if you look on the hourly chart, it's gone down, 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 down. I want to see, you know, a bounce. I want to see it catch something of a bid, just so that I don't get the... typically what I like to do is, like, when a stock spikes down like that, I want to wait for the bounce, and then I'll set my stop below that previous low. Okay, so if it starts to make a new low, then I'm stopping out. But this action is just not definitive enough for me, and I wanted a clear bounce, and I guess for that reason I was greedy. But I don't feel like it because this is just so rare that a stock just is just down, down, down all day. And again, it took the direct offering to make that happen. And so, you know, next time I'll know better. And yeah. Yeah, Connor, bro. That's right. I mean, if you spam the chat with a load of crap, I will, yeah, for sure. For sure, I will mute you. I mean, it's easy for me to do, and there's no reason not to do it. Anyway, so yeah, I've had barely bigger drawdowns than this. This sucks, but when I look at, you know, my P&L, it looks really great right now. So it sucks that after today, it's going to go down to about 16,100 or so. And yeah, no question, it's going to take me a while to make that back. If my other you know, bad drawdowns are any measure, it could take me a month, probably at best, really, because these are pretty good recoveries here, and yeah, these are pretty steep recoveries. So I don't even know if I can do that, but I'll try. It's just crazy. I remember being down in that halt, going down, man, just down 400, thinking that there's just no way. I mean, dude, down 460 just looks like ice cream right now. Looks really tasty. But yeah, no, it was all over when I decided to start adding to the position. And I wish I had a longer recording of this, because I could show you guys where I started adding, because I sized up to a 4,000 share position, guys. Crazy. So I guess my trades are just never going to show up, huh? Alright, well, that's kind of all I have for you guys today. I wish this were an April Fool's joke, but it's not. I'm down. Guys, hit a like on this video. Come on, we got 15 people watching. We got 6 likes. Come on, leave a like for my shit trading, my crap trading, guys. Maybe I should just quit. I'm shutting down the channel, guys. Back when you had your biggest loss, did you think about quitting? My last biggest loss, this is my new biggest loss, but not by that much. Now, I have been down more in a trade that I closed for less of a loss. But that is a different thing. Did I think about quitting when I was previously down my biggest loss? Probably I did. Yeah, probably I did. I mean, I always think about quitting because, well, not quitting. I don't think about quitting. I don't think I'm going to quit. But I do think like something has to change, and I am glad that it's the first day of the month, so I got all month to recover this. It's going to be a grind, but I'm thinking about ways in which I can improve my trading habits to make sure that A, this doesn't happen again, and B, I can just trade better overall, you know? So anyway, what's the wash rule tax? I haven't heard of that. Expensive lesson, not a loss. There you go, man. Yeah. Oh, I want to think of it like that too, but oh man, yeah, this is, I mean, you know, there is one way to look at it as like, I'm excited to like try to like, I'm excited for the challenge to like make it back and see what I'm capable of, because again, like 9 out of 10 days, or not 9 out of 10, but like 7, 8 out of 10 days, I'm green. I'm green most days, and I have good days, you know? But it's just my loss days are so massive. My loss days are enormous, and it has to change. That has to change. So that starts with, when I'm down 2,000, I'm just going to walk away. So when I'm down 2,000, I'm just going to walk away, and then, you know, when stuff like this happens, I just need to be really careful about when I'm adding to positions. And, you know, there is a time factor to it as well, because if I had just cut the position, even if I added 500 more shares in the halt going down, I was long 1,000 total, resumed lower. There was a moment here. I could have cut the position right here. 1,000 shares, it would have been down like $500-600. Yeah, bad, but dude, I gotta give myself a break, man. There's bad news on this thing. Everyone lost money here. Don't try to be a hero and add to the position a million times. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta give myself more credit, you know? But instead, I just make it way worse than it needs to be. So, yeah, sad story today. But anyway, yeah, it starts with, when I'm down 2,000, just walk away, you know, cut positions. You gotta just know when to cut a position, because clearly that's something that I just suck at doing. So anyway, can you short on TD? Yeah, you can, but only certain stocks. This is hard to borrow on TD, which means people were shorting this for sure. I mean, this is like, short it anywhere and you make money. At one point I was talking to myself during this trade, like, short anywhere and you're just making money. It's just free cash, dude. Direct offering, free money. That's what it seems like. It's just dead in the water all day. Even if you're late to the news, just short it at $6.30. You make a buck on that. It came down to $5.30 by the end of the day. Oh, is that an effect? Is that an effect right now? I mean, I don't plan on buying this stock again anytime soon. But what does suck too is that, check this out. If you sort by instrument, I'm gonna have a new biggest loss by instrument here, and it's not gonna be close. It's gonna expand. The max here is minus 3,000. It's going to expand to like minus 5,000. And there's going to be a huge red bar here that says FTFT. You know, FTFT, it's like, it stands for like, fuck this, fuck this. Just this massive red bar right here. That's how I felt when I was in the trade. Like, dude, F this, man. How long did I hold till? I wish my trades were showing up. I really wish. I cut the position right here. 557, I cut the position. All right, guys. You know, to add insult to injury, I got to write an essay tonight, so I got to go. But you know what? Let me show you guys something cool. Because I'm in the mood where, like, I need to feel better. Guys, so you guys know, you guys have seen that I have these posters in the background. I'm a big Blink fan. I like pop punk music. And I have a guitar next to me that I guess I could show you, but I'd rather show you that I am buying a new guitar. That I've been looking to get a new guitar. I've been playing guitar since 2nd grade, but so a long time, but only recently I picked it back up again, and I got an essay. It sucks. Yeah, this is part of the game. That's right. Guys, you know what makes me feel so much better about all of this? Like, fuck all of this, dude. Fuck all of this. And I'm sorry, I'm using bad language. I lost fucking $4,000 today, so I'm gonna fucking cuss. But you know what makes all this better? I've come back from $4,000 drawdowns, 4,000, 5,000 basically, and 5,000 again. And I've done it twice. Okay? So I will do it again. I will be back. I'm not giving up. I am serious about trading. I'm not giving up. And yes, I have some serious flaws in my trading, but that's what I'm here to fix. I started doing this 6-7 months ago. I'm not going to just give up. And we have bad losses, and that hurts. But again, this stock threw every fucking trick in the book at me. And yeah, I kind of screwed myself over. Okay? But because I added to the position and I didn't cut. Yeah, I traded horribly. But look at the fucking stock. It gave me no bounce at all where I could have cut my position. Right? You can imagine it curls up right here. Sees a pop to like 625. I'm out of the position. I lose like 1,800 on the trade. I make that back in like 3-4 days. Okay? But no, I'm down 4,000 and I'm gonna have to make that back in a month. Okay, let me show you guys something cool. Yeah, I am venting it out. I have to go back to I have to go to a different ticker. It doesn't always work though. It wasn't working on AMC. I just went to a different one. They're not showing up. It's not showing up. TD Ameritrade sucks, guys. TD Ameritrade sucks. Anyway, whatever. My trades aren't showing up. I wish they were, because when I really need it on a trade like this where it's really important. But okay, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so what makes me feel so much better is the fact that I know I will be back at all-time highs. $20,000 and $20,500 is not my high. I may lose more money on Monday. All I know is I'm not done. I'm not fucking leaving. I have to type something else in the bar? Dude, no. I'm sorry, dude. It's just broken. Okay, you guys want to see something cool before I go? I'm gonna stop this. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I know, dude. I freaking saw this and I was pissed. I'm in this trade down like 4,000, 5,000 on FTFT. Meanwhile, I'm watching ACY go ballistic, thinking, why don't I just cut my loss on FTFT right now, take whatever loss that happens to be, and just dump 2,000 shares in ACY, which is at least trending higher. I had that thought. Imagine I had done that. Oh, gosh. I mean, it depends where I had gone in, but right here at 11 o'clock was the perfect entry. Here's 1106, guys. Here's 1106. You know what else happened at 1106? I'll show you. That happened at 1106. So, where it all started to go south for me was the exact minute where it was probably the perfect entry on ACY. It's kind of fitting. Okay, I'm going to show you guys something cool before I... That's why I cut losses quickly and just on something else. Got to be quick, bud. Comes with experience, bro. Don't patronize me like that, bro. I don't really appreciate that. I have experience. It's just you're a fool if you don't think that. Like Jonathan, let me humble you, bro. I'm not. You probably have more experience than me. Fine. Like I'm not here to have that conversation. What I am here to say though is that, yeah, dude, like, yeah, don't bud me, pal. I'm saying the moment you think you're gonna call someone else bud, oh, comes with experience, bud. You'll get there. You got a big loss coming your way, dude. You got a big loss. I don't wish losses on anyone. Jonathan, I've seen you in here before, bro. I like having you around, man. You're cool. I don't have a problem with you. And I get, it's all in good taste. You didn't mean it. Fine. I'm just saying, dude. Attitude is everything with stocks. And I want to walk out of this with a smile, and it hurts. It hurts badly. But the fact that I have a track record of making these losses back over time makes me feel like I can do it again. And I'm your friend. No, I know. No, I appreciate you being in here and hearing what I have to say. But no, yeah, dude, you gotta watch yourself. Watch your attitude, man. Because the moment you're like, oh, stocks are easy, man, it just comes with experience. Bam. Whatever small cap you're in, you're gonna get hit with a direct offering. And the stock's going to drop 50% in 2 minutes. I'm just kidding. But okay, guys. I got to wrap this up. It's been almost an hour on this stream, which I don't regret because this is a big... This is going to be one of those times where I talk about like, oh, back on April 1st. April 1st, 2021, 4/1/21. Dude, this is going to be a day I remember. This is my biggest loss ever. I'll probably have, at some point, a bigger loss than this, but... Gosh, I hope it's not soon, and I hope not. I hope this is my biggest loss ever. It's kind of weird that I'm saying that, but I hope this is my biggest loss ever. Okay, guys, that's going to be it for me, but I'm going to show you guys one thing. So I was talking about that I really like pop punk music, punk rock, huge Blink-182 fan. I play a lot of their songs on guitar, and I've got my guitar right here, but for a while I've been wanting to buy a new guitar. And I am buying this guitar, and yeah, it's coming in. Probably should get it by the end of this week. It's pretty sweet. It's the Tom DeLonge series signature Strat from 2002. So these are pretty. The price of these has gone up over time, and I just want to snag one now because I want my little piece of history, and I don't know. So that's something cool that I'm looking forward to. So yeah, I'll play some guitar this weekend. Chill out. Yeah, grab a beer. I know, dude. I know. I need to have a drink. Well, I got an essay to write, dude. That's what sucks, bro. Damn it. I'm pissed about this darn essay on top of everything. In fact, if I could have the $4,000 loss or not have to write the essay or the essay or the $4,000 loss, and I could pick one to not have, it'd be the essay. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. All right, guys, that's it for me. Guys, leave a like on this video, man. Come on. If you haven't liked this video, dude, seriously. But yeah, other than that, subscribe if you think these recaps are helpful for you. This one was a bit of a weird one and a long one, and they're not usually like this. They're usually much quicker and much less tiring and depressing and ugh. Anyway, all right, that's it for me, guys, and I will be back on Monday, so I'm excited to have tomorrow to just like not trade stocks. It's probably good. That's good for me. Silver lining. So good things are happening. All right, guys, that's it. Goodbye. And I hope you guys all trade well next week and have been trading well. All right, bye-bye.